So I'm just gonna go on now to the low vision portion. That's pretty good on time. hmm Okay, cool. Okay, so we're gonna talk what we call low vision, right? And low vision, as we were saying, I think it's Sandy Jean mentioned, certain people, they go blind, etc. And the what we call the condition is usually more severe. So they literally have low um vision. It can be everything we talk about just now, the age-related macular degeneration, the cataracts, the cataract is mostly when the surgery is not available, possibly in the country or whatever. Because at the end of the day, you can just take out the cataract. Um, Diabetes, I say here, the age related already, and there are many different conditions that could lead to low vision. And it's basically, as I said, is a residual or using the residual or remaining vision that the person has to assist them in being more independent. This is an area that is basically being ruled more by the optometry field. Um, and this goes more toward assisting individual in rehabilitation, etc. Because at the end of the day, we don't want this just to be sitting in a corner doing nothing whole day. At the end of the day, this impacts someone emotionally or psychologically when it comes to their vision. Um, it doesn't even need to reach a point of being severe, and the person would be affected emotionally or psychologically in some form or manner. So the idea behind low vision is really to get these people to be more independent um, in anything that they are doing in their functioning. It involves the use of near magnifiers, we kind of telescopes for distance. Also, you'll see some people with the white cane. You would mostly the blind people using this, or once their vision is severe. In other countries, not necessarily Trinidad, you would see the use of guide dogs as well. I know the states would have it, the UK, etc. They would have the use of that as well. So again, just to summarize that portion, is simply someone who has a severe visual impairment, and you're using these devices to help them to be more independent and be able to live life in some form or manner. There's a disease called retinitis pigmentosa, and this occurs more in the ages, or it shows up more in the ages of 20 to 30 years old. And at the end of the day, that's like prime time of life. So if this person gets the retinitis pigmentosa, we don't want them to be stick up in a corner doing nothing. At the end of the day, there's still life to live in some form. So the low vision. So for near, we could use what we call hand magnifiers, stand magnifiers. This one here is we call a chest magnifier. This piece goes around the neck. This part stays on the chest. It just hangs there. It's good for the people. Well, these two actually stand on the hand magnifier. It's good for the people who have the hands are not stable. And then we have the Parkinson's, that would be. And then we have the CCTV. We can use that as well to enlarge it. Also, we know we have the digital devices now. So we have the tablet, we have the phones, etc. So people can magnify the things that they are watching with that. Some people maybe they need to go to the grocery, etc. They just pull out the little hand magnifier and they see what they can do. They don't need to go to the grocery with someone else to assist them to see certain things, etc. It makes them more independent. We have TV power specs, we call them. This is more for like as I say, like TV range, or what we call the intermediate distance. It's not near, it's not far. It's somewhere in the middle. You can use the TV specs. We also have telescopes. I know in the states, certain states, in UK, etc. People actually drive with these. So even though their visual impairment is pretty significant, they're still able to navigate and move around with devices like these. Um, this one's a little bit short, but basically I the overall for low vision. But as I say, I want to bring it back to some form of biblical perspective, or even a perspective in life. And usually, as I said before, the person is usually put in a corner. They have nothing really to do, or they can't function by themselves. But even as Psalm 118 says, or verse 22, it says, "The stone which the builders refused has become the chief or the chief or head cornerstone." And at the end of the day, we see this in many cases with these famous celebrities, etc., who may have some significant impairment. We have Helen Keller, all these people who have, they've made such a big impact and life in general, but yet they had some form of visual impairment. So it's not necessarily about, okay, they can't see much, they can't do much again, and you pack them in a corner. There are still things we can do, devices we can use to help people to be more um, independent, as we would say. I did mention in Trinidad, yes, some of these things are available, but at the end of the day, we don't really have, for example, we don't have a place that would use or train people to use a guide dog, etc. down here. At the end of the day, we have potholes all over the place. We have, what is it called, a manhole on the pavement that open. So, in certain cases down here, it's not really applicable, but um, otherwise, there are things available for that. Another thing I want to mention is Joseph's story. Genesis 37. At the end of the day, um he went through a lot, and this aspect I bring it back to just a thing on life with low vision, what we could say low self-esteem, and a series of events happen in your life, and you're down, and you enjoy if all these things would happen for you, and this is the case with some of these low vision people. Joseph's story, he was um betrayed by his brothers, he was blamed, Potiphar's wife, etc. And all these things happened to him, but yet at the end of the day, he still fulfilled that destiny that he had, or that purpose that he had to fulfill. Another thing, Second Corinthians 4, 8, verse 8 and 9. We are troubled on every side, yet not distressed. We are perplexed, but not in despair. Persecuted, but not forsaken. Cast down, but not destroyed. Simple thing again. We're going through a whole set of stuff. These low vision people are going through a whole set of stuff. But at the end of the day, don't be distressed by it. Don't be in despair by it. Don't be forsaken by it or destroyed by it. You can work it out in some form or manner. As I said, with the things that we have, we try to help people as much as we can. Some people we may not be able to help them to do specific things. Some people want to drive or kind of thing when they come. Some people just want to do the simple things. They want to read the Bible. Some people just want to be able to go to the bank and do their business on their own without have someone having to go with them. So it's simple things as well as the bigger things. So I think that's low vision there. Yeah. So any questions in terms of the low vision aspect? Nice, nice. And I think you said there as well. That's the thing with some people who would have some kind of visual impairment. They actually the senses. Remember, they may be using their hands more, etc. So their senses, in terms of their hands and stuff, are actually more sensitive with that because they're using it more and all of that.